Reykjavík.
Well, depends on if you're in the north or in the south.
But Reykjavík is in the south.
Reykjavík, but if you stay in the north, you say Reykjavík or Reykjavík.
Reykjavík.
Reykjavík. Jökulsárlón.
Fjaðrárgljúfur. Eyjafjallajökull. Fagradalsfjall.
Fagradalsfjall, já.
And you have written down the
longest.
Supposed to be the
Icelandic
longest word. You want to read it or should I?
You can do it.
Vaðlaheiðarvegurinn. Okay. Vaðlaheiðarvegavinnu, verkfæra, geymsluskúrar, útidýrar, lyklakipringur.
Slowly. Okay. Vaðlaheiðarvegavinnu, verkfæra, geymsluskúra, útidýra, lyklakipringur. Easy.
Technically it's a word, but we never use it.
Now we never use it. Where is my Vaðlaheiðar? It is
it's a key ring.
Of a road department, verkfæra.
Yeah, tool shack.
Or road department. Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
In
Vaðlaheiði, so.
Key ring, yeah. So it's a key ring.
Basically.
We were talking about yesterday. Þetta reddast.
Yeah, about Icelanders never mind about getting into trouble because they know it goes somehow. Yeah. Like we have a saying, þetta reddast.
Yeah, þetta reddast.
It goes somehow.
Yeah. And
people are asking, how? I don't know, but I'm going to make a few phone calls and do things and hopefully þetta reddast. Yeah.
It will all work out. Like you were saying yesterday, we are not planners, but we are doers, right?
Oh, don't ask Icelanders to plan things ahead.
No,
you can't.
No.
But if you need something to be fixed yesterday, you call it an Icelander.
Because it's a reddast.
Yes. Silly questions like you have today?
There are many challenges. There are many.
Well, in our daily job, be on time, because there's something we can't manage if the customers are always late, so we might be late. And to remind them, if they are looking at this video, if you guys are on time, we might do some extra stuff for you.
A lot. Everything. Except the wind.
The daylight. The road conditions, extreme weather in wintertime. It can be extreme weather in summer times, but usually not so bad that we have to cancel tours.
The daylight is a bit different.
Yes, and we can do more in summer times because we have daylight 24 hours, like in June. So we might even go out after dinner or something for a walk or try to find some puffins.
Right. Because you do lose the track of time. In summertime. You don't realize it's dinner time because it's still sun is shining, it's still bright outside, so you lose the track of time.
Yeah. Westfjords is the most underrated place in Iceland.
Also because the Westfjord is not included in the ring road, so it's usually an extra day to do that. Some did today. We did, both of them.
Yeah.
Both of us did that today.
It's a traditional to eat sheep's heads at least once a year by the festival called Þorri, or Þorrablót. Does Santa Claus exist? We all believe in Santa Claus, don't we? If that answers your question.
I think that's a good answer.
No, trolls doesn't exist anymore. Because, no. They did in the old folk tales in the old days, because trolls are not very smart. And if they face the sun, they turn into rocks or stones. So that's the reason for that we don't see them alive anymore. But we see them on the top of mountains, like in Reynisfjara, the two trolls towing the three-masted sail ship back to the shore. So they probably did exist.
Well, you have to have a good imagination to see them. And I do try that. And for me as a kid, that was a game we did when we did the ring road with my parents. You always trying to find trolls in the mountains, you know, train your brain. No internet. Well, for me, the elves are good, and I believe in all good things. And like my mom, she had a big stone in the garden, and that was her elf stone. She planted flowers around it, and sometimes I came home and said, see, full moon. You see the entrance of the elf stone. They are there. They're having a party. Yes. My imagination, you know. But I live in good things, and I think they are good. So. Again, it's similar to the Santa Claus thing.
Well, I know it's politically incorrect to answer this question with no.
What?
So no comment from me. I'm 7.8% Irish, rest is Viking. I got a DNA test. Well, if that answers your question, one of my favorite person in sagas of Icelanders, a man called Egill Skallagrímsson, is my great-great-great-great-grandfather in 29 generations. And he was a Viking. So probably I have some Viking blood in me.
We all do.
Yes. Icelandic wool is one thing.
Handmade
Yes.
sweaters. I made this, you made this, yeah?
And if you are traveling around Iceland, you might find some locals making jewelries of Icelandic rocks. But there is one type of minerals you're not allowed to take with you, not allowed to steal, is the obsidian. So make that sure. But wool, maybe some food. I mean, like fermented shark, smoked salmon, maybe rye bread or flat bread.
Yeah. Yeah. Candy, chocolate and licorice combo.
Yes, it's a licorice in every candy in Iceland,
Yeah.
more or less.
It's fragile,
Yes.
very fragile. The roots are just attached to the lava rocks, it's not mud, so you can easily fill it up. And it takes at least 100 years to grow, so leave it as it is. Give it time, give it peace. Yeah, definitely. Backing, doing selfies.
Yeah, doing selfies and walking backwards in the black sand beach of Reynisfjara, for example, especially when we have the high tides and big waves are hitting the shore. Going too close to the edge of cliffs and behaving, you know, generally.
Yeah.
And
crossing the line. Stay on the path.
Yes.
Yeah, stay on the path.
Not following the rules, because
Follow the rules. There are few rules.
there are reasons for that, the paths
Yeah.
with the ropes or
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yeah.
Because, like you mentioned, the moss, for example, don't step on the moss.
Protection of the nature. Point at the horses and say, "There's a nice pony there." What?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we don't like
And
that.
don't call us Danish.
Oh.
Because we used to be a Danish colony for so many years, 550 years.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it cold?
In wintertime it's cold.
Yeah.
Ocean is around freezing point. But it's nice, could say, more comfortable in summertime when the temperatures rise up to maybe 14, 15 degrees. So this is, for example, one beach in Reykjavik, close to the domestic airport, where we have a hot tub. So we can lay in the hot tub for 10, 15 minutes and jump into the ocean, swim for a couple of minutes and come up to the hot spot again.
So I sometimes do that in summertime, like start in May, the ocean is about 7 degrees in May, and up to 12.5 to 14. I get a hot tub and sauna as well, so you always have to warmer afterwards. But it's so good for the blood circulation, everything in your body. So yeah, there is a beach in Reykjavik.
I think it's, if I can answer the question,
Yeah.
we used to be a farm society, and the fishing industry is also a big factor here. So when you're a farmer or fisherman, you can't plan things. We have to rely on the weather, go out to fishing or taking care of the animals if the weather is good. So I think it's in our blood, not planning things, just go for it when we have the chance.
Jæja.
Yeah. That's a good question. Different meanings. It depends on how you pronounce, or you can also see on people's faces when they say this word Jæja, what they are meaning. It could be, well, let's go. Or if someone is telling you something stupid or...
Can you say it in different intonations?
Okay, if I would finish this interview immediately, I would say, Jæja, it's over. Or I would say, like you asking stupid questions, I would say, Jæja. Or, yeah. So many different meaning of the word Jæja.
Yeah. I think there's like, we cannot point out it means this or that.
Yeah.
That just...
You can't even Google translate the word because there are
no
no English translation for that word.
Yeah. But it has many good, meanings that are used in many different ways. So I don't think there's any rule about it. Just when you feel like it. Jæja?
Yeah.